Hello, I'm Karen, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you how to make a triangle from the Voynich manuscript and turn it into a Christmas tree. What I've done is I've made this one so it's got a little pocket so you can put something in for your stocking fillers over Christmas, and I decided to put some decorations on so that if you wanted to put something longer into there, so if it was hanging up, because you can hang these up, that will actually keep something taller like a pen or a hook in place. Because I was actually asked if I could actually do it in these colours, I'm going to do it in these colours, but obviously once we get to turn it into the tree itself, then we just need to do it in the plain green, okay? So let's just move all these things out of my way. And we're going to get, so I'm going to begin with the white yarn, which is the centerpiece, obviously, of this one. So we'll leave that one there, just sort of, is that okay there? Yeah. Okay, so what you're going to do, if you're going to turn this one, by the way, you can turn this one into the blanket. If you want to turn it into the blanket, you are going to need to leave long tail ends for sewing in. Okay, so leave your hook, leave your tail end about 2 hooks long. So we're going to begin with the twist, and then we're going to do a chain of 5. So that's 1, 2, whoops a daisy, 3, 4 and 5, and then we're just going to yarn over twice. We're going to work into this very first chain. Okay, so you put your hook through the chain, yarn over, pull through, then you're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2 again. Okay, so the this is on page 2 in the Voynich manuscript, where I've been doing some translations and playing some games inside there. So I've calculated that you need to do 5 posts altogether. So the beginning chain counts as a post. I've got 3, and we're going to need 5. So that makes 4 and then 5. There we go. And then we're going to need to do a chain of 5. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to work back into the beginning chain. So yarn over twice. I keep my tension tight by holding onto the chain there, and sometimes what I'll do as I'm moving, I will end up putting my finger on the actual hook itself just to keep things more into place. Okay, so it's just to help try and keep you from having a big loop just there. When you're first beginning to do this stitch, you will get a loop, but if you're going to do this pattern and keep practicing, you will get really neat at it. So it is, some may say it's a bit of a harder stitch. I can remember when I first tried to do it many years ago when I was doing the granny square for the Victorian crochet blanket, actually, and when I was translating that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, and so it'll look like that. So you're going to do another chain of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to need to do 5 more into the actual beginning circle. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoopsie daisy, I need some more yarn there. And 5. It's getting tangled up on the bow of the one that I've already got there. So I've got my 5. So it's what we need to do another chain of 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then to make your life easy, the second post along, just go straight into the top stitch there and slip stitch into there. And then we're going to slip stitch into the next chain, next top of the stitch along. So just getting my scissors. And then if you're going to carry on doing this in the green, you're going to slip stitch all the way to this next corner. Okay, I'm just cutting this off because I'm showing how to do this in the colours. So I'd pull in my tail end through, and then I'd pull my tail end back through that stitch there, just so that's neat, and then pull the centre. It's never going to go into a perfectly tiny hole in the middle there because you put so many stitches in, so don't try and wonder why it's not working. Okay, so the next colour that I'm going to use, this is actually, does actually say on the yarn, this is gold. This is actually, sorry, I didn't tell you. So I'm using double knit yarns. This is an Aldi version. I'm using my 4mm crochet hook. Okay. So once again, I'm going to leave myself a long tail end, because what I do is once you've done all the tail ends, bunch them up together because you're going to need them. What I'll do as well is I'll show you some other things you can do with the tail ends and do some stuffing in another video, okay? Right, so we're going to begin with a twist. And then, so if you'd slip stitch to this corner, this is, so I'm going to slip stitch it to place. That's where you would be if you've slip stitched, okay? So for round 2, you're going to do a chain of 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Still doing the same stitch, and we're going to, this is going to be a corner pleat. Get your tongue in the right place, Karen. This is going to be a corner piece. Okay, there. So I've got 4 stitches, and this is the 5th one. There. And we do a chain of 5, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you're still doing your, into the same space, we're doing 5 more stitches. So that's 2. Oops, a daisy. 3. 4. And 5. Okay, so traditionally we've been in all the patterns that we do, when we're doing like a granny pattern, we would move over to the next corner. We're not going to this one. So this one, we're going to be using this center post that you've done. So you're going to yarn over twice like you do in the treble crochet stitch. It's called a treble crochet stitch if in the US, or a double treble crochet stitch if you're in the UK. And we're going to go, so we're going to go underneath and come out the other side, fold over your work, pinch it together, it makes it easier. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through your 2, through your 2, and through your 2, and there you've got that one sitting in the middle, and then you would then go on to work into the corner. So it's going to be the same all the way around when you do this, okay? So like I said, I did get this pattern from the Voynich manuscript because I am translating it, and I've got up to W so far, so I've nearly completed the alphabet. But what I'm going to do, because I'm conscious of how much time I've got in my videos, so I'm just going to finish this to here. Okay, so what you do, obviously you do the corner, do your front post on each of these ones, okay? And so I'm just going to put that to one side, because here's one that I've started where I've finished off the triangle in the gold colour. I've already started the corner, because you're always going to start on your corners. And I'm just going to show you how you would do then down the sides, because for each round after this one you're going to need to do this same process, okay? Maybe my little ball of yarn may roll off somewhere as well. So we're going to do the front post crochet stitch in the middle there, so that's that one done. Then you're going to get to this place here where you've already got this post, okay? So you're going to do 2 stitches this side of the post there. Then you're going to do another front post stitch, so you're going to go underneath, go over there, fold your work, yarn over, pull through. And so every one of these posts you're going to keep doing the same thing, which helps give you the raised effect. And then you're going to do 2 the other side, so it's going to give you that completed 5, because they all need to be in 5s. The way that I actually got the stitches from the actual book was, say I've been doing lots of different things. This was one of the ones I did in February. So we're just going to go now. Remember, you've got to do one in the middle of your post there. Yep. Whoops. And then you would then move on to the corner, so that you're actually going to do the corner. And so all of your sides are going to keep on going like that. So with the, I know this has obviously got the black around the edges there, but I wanted to have that as the finish. So you can see that we've gone the post there, we've done the 5, and we're doing the post. And this will give you this ridged effect. It's beautiful on the back as well, by the way, just so you can see that. Okay, so you do all of that, and so that you keep on doing that there. So we're just going to move that out of the way. So what you do is you do it so till you've got 4 rounds all together, and then you'll end up, so this is the green version, ready to do your Christmas tree, okay? So what we're going to do here is I'm going to pause the video because I forgot the other arm. Back in a minute. Okay, I've been and got the this is the brown yarn. I'm just thinking my background is actually not the best neither, so I'm just going to just move, oops a daisy, move that out of the way so you can see the colours there. I've lost my hook. There we go. I think that should work. Move that all out of the way. There, that looks better. Right, so it doesn't matter which side that you actually choose for doing the actual trunk of the tree. This bit is not inside the Voynich manuscript, by the way. This is just something that I decided to add on because as I was actually trying to translate the pages and the Voynich manuscript, I found that like we get sentence, well, there's not even sentences, you get random words, and then at the end of this one, so it was line 13, it said crochet test, and it left you with some so just some symbols which I actually tried crocheting up. So you can make the granny square, which seems to be a popular one for me to be finding. But it made me a piece where I went round and you didn't finish it. So I thought, do I need to keep going backwards and forwards? But if I actually added on a missing stitch, it made the rectangle. And bizarrely enough, the rectangle was the right size for a trunk. So, but to make life easy, so begin with a twist. So what you're going to do for the trunk is we're going to actually start, you've got all the posts there, so you're going to go in between your posts. So you've got the front post stitch that you've been doing, and then you're going to go here, and we're just going to latch on, and we're going to do a single crochet if you're in the US, or it's a double crochet if you're in the UK, and you're going to go in between all of the actual stitches like this. And so until you've actually got 10 stitches, so it makes it a nice equal amount of stitches for you to be able to do. So that'll be your first row of actually doing the actual trunk. And so we get to this one here and we stop at this one, so we don't work into this bit where we've got the gaps there. Then you're going to chain one, turn, so we're just getting some more yarn, and then we're just going to do the half stitch. So it's a half treble if you're in the UK, or it's a half double if you're in the US. So you're going to go into the first space there and yarn over, and then just pull through all three and just yarn over, and you just keep doing that backwards and forwards till you've done 12 rows of the actual half treble or the half double, depending where you're from, so you've actually got that. Okay, so that's just repetitively doing that. Yep, so we're just going to just finish off this row here just so we've got to the end. So you do need to remember with this half treble stitch as well, when you get to the end, so this is all right for the row where we're latching into the single crochet stitches or the double crochet stitch. When you get back to the other side, it tips over. I think I've got time. Let's chain one. Let's quickly get over to the other side and I'll show you how it tips over. And you need to remember, so you've either got to remember to do it or you've got to keep on counting to 10 all the time just to make sure that you've actually got all of your stitches there. Otherwise you're going to end up with a wonky trunk and it won't fold over properly to be able to make a pocket. So let's just get that to the end there to show you that. There and there. So this last stitch, look, you can see it doesn't look like a proper stitch. So you're going to go into there and you just, if you want to just double check you've got your 10 stitches, that's, yeah, just make sure you just keep counting so you've got your 10. Then you'll get to the stage where your tree, woo, nearly lost my hook. Your tree looks like this. And then what you got, so that's the obviously where I started. You're always going to finish it on the opposite side, and then you'd fold it over and you just do, where's my needle gone? I'm just going to just quickly get my needle. So if you want to, so on these ones what I've done is I've folded it to the front because we've got a front and a back. If you look at, that's the back and that's the front. So if you want to, you can fold it over to the front and just do, I think they call this the, I'm sure my daughter said that this was the mattress stitch, where you're just going backwards and forwards like that, but I'm not 100% sure the name of this stitch, so please don't say you've named it wrong, because, you know, in a horrible way to me. We've all got to learn from somewhere. So you just do that there and there. Okay, and then what you do is you just run your tail end through the stitches just so it's nice and neat out of the way. You can do it through the front or you can do it through the back, just there. I'm not going to cut that off, but if you wanted to make it so that you'd got that kind of finish where you've turned it that way around, you need to fold your work to the back of the tree before you sew it together. I just wanted mine just to be stayed like that because I thought it gave it character having the not so straight edge for your actual tree. So that is how to actually crochet the actual tree itself. So you just do that. Obviously you could make these bigger. I was thinking that what you could do is you could either hang them up individually, just if you wanted to, or you could actually make yourself like a row of bunting. The only thing is I've noticed with this particular yarn I've got here, it curled over. However, when it was hanging, it did give it character for the tree, so I'm not going to be too critical of that one there. But if you wanted to make it into the blanket, let's just move everything out of the way. Because it's a nice blanket. So this is, so this would be the end of the blanket. So you end up like with a point like that. So you could make it like as a table runner. And then you end up with, you have to do a hexagon in the middle. That is actually the beginning of the pattern from page 1 that you need to do for that one there. So it all fits together. And on line 6, because you actually end up with a 6-sided shape, this is more like a lozenge shape. If keep going, because I've got 2 of those in it. But this is the blanket of numbers because of the way we can count things in. I'm not explaining all the details of that one there. But I thought if you wanted to know how to join the pieces together, because I do think I've got enough time, what you do is you get your 2 pieces, which are, so you've got your fronts. You can see this one, look, you see it's a different colour. This was an older one that I had from previously. Let me just get the ones that's got matching colours now, because that was, the yarn was slightly, you see it's slightly different shaded. Looks like it's been faded in the sun, but it hasn't. So you'd sandwich them, so you'd go front to front to make the actual sandwich. And then what you'd do is, I'm just going to show you with the red yarn because it's just easier. I've lost my hook now. It's alright, I've got a spare. Oh, that's a tiny hook. Let's get this one. That one's a bigger hook. Okay, so where you did the actual, where you've got these posts that you've done, you'd go one side of the post on one piece, one side of the post on the other. And this is actually, so you loop it so it's round one of your fingers, because you're going to get one side to come round one side of the post. And then you'd go through the other side of the post on both pieces and get the other end. Pull that through. I know I'm doing it in red, it's just so you can see it against the black. Then you just pull that through there, and you do that so that you've joined your pieces together. Okay, so have I got enough time? Yeah, I've got enough time to do all 3, I think, on here, just to show you what it looks like. There, so you do round one side, go there. If you forget, obviously this video is here to be able to help you, you can come back to it. So you can actually do your blanket. You actually need to make 10 pieces. I think I might do a separate video. It's called the blanket of numbers. This one is. And I'll be able to explain all of that because every part of it actually counts from the numbers 1 to 10. You can get more numbers as well, but that's all part of these little game things that I'm playing inside the Voynich manuscript. So you put all your 3 pieces together. And then what you do is, I'm going to get the needle. I know this is going to look terrible, but it's just so that you can see what actually happens, so that you can understand the way that you need to sew them together. So you can see where we've looped it. What you're going to end up doing is you're going to end up coming, because you don't want it to come undone, so you want to come underneath your loop. So you're going to make sure you've definitely made some kind of knot by going underneath that loop. And then you're going to come, I'm just going to do it over these. I know it's going to make my thing look awful, but you're going to come underneath one strand and you're going to work your way down one of your actual posts like that. And then you'd actually tuck the tail end into this piece. Obviously this is all standing out and looking dreadful because I've done different colours. I'm not going to carry on any further because I need to undo that, but you tuck that into there and it will actually hide your stitches beautifully. So if I go back to the actual blanket itself, so you can see even they're joined, like you've got like little gaps in between. Yeah, so the way that it all joins together, but it is actually a stunning blanket. So if you want me to show you how to make this actual blanket, please let me know in the description box. It is called the blanket of numbers. So thank you for watching, thank you for liking, thank you for sharing. Thank you for subscribing, and there you go. That's just one of my decorated versions of the tree. Oh, I didn't show you how to do the actual bow. Maybe I should write that in the description box for you, so how to do the actual bow. Okay, so thank you for watching, thank you for liking, thank you for sharing. Bye for now.